listening to Sports Talk 916 with Greg Bull and Coach Greg Varozza.
And that will only be the case for about today. We'll get to that here in just a second. But we are back. It's been 3 weeks. It is now episode 208. If you are live on Facebook, you notice that there's a different body in seat number 2. That is Mr. Tj Longacre of tjthesportsgeek.com. He is so graciously filling in for Mr. Varozza, who is going to call in and give us an update as to why he is absent. And if you follow us on Facebook, you know he's on the DL. So we'll have a little bit more of an update on his DL status. TJ, what's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Oh, let's turn you on. TJ, what's up, buddy?
How's it going?
There he is.
Here I am.
Things are going good, TJ.
Indeed.
Greg, if you're listening, which I know you are, go ahead and give us a ring. Michael Barnbaum, thank you for welcoming us back, sir.
Hey, Barnbaum.
It's been a long time. Greg's going to call in right now. As I mentioned, last time on Mixlr has decided that they no longer want to offer a free service to broadcasters. Typically, we've been using their service. You get an hour broadcast time. You can reset and continue on. They don't want to offer that anymore. So we will be exclusively on Facebook Live going forward for episode 209 and beyond. So a little bit of a bummer. I mean, we really got our start, on the Mixlr platform. I also have a few listeners, that are here occasionally that aren't on Facebook. So we may lose out on a little bit of that, but, we'll make it work.
Oh, yeah.
So we're just waiting to hear from Mr. Varozza. He's going to call in here in just a moment, and we'll jump into it. A lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to cover everything. We're going to cover some NHL playoffs, some NBA playoffs. We might touch a little bit on the NFL draft. The Raiders have been granted relocation since the last time we talked. We're going to do some NBA awards for the Sacramento Kings season. And then we're going to dive into the wonderful San Francisco Giants. Here is Mr. Greg right now.
What's happening?
Mr. Varozza, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Greg.
Not much. How you doing, TJ?
Hi.
All right,
Don't get too comfortable.
So my esteemed colleague over there, he's going to be out for a little while. Greg, as I put on Facebook, you're on the DL. It's official. We got the doctor's notice.
That's right.
You're officially on the DL, so we have a roster spot available. That's why TJ's here. Why don't you go ahead and give everyone an update as to what's going on?
So, for the last 4 years, I've really been dealing with an infection that got into the bone of my foot, and we thought we had it cured about 3 years ago. Thought it was cured. Due to some complications of the surgery that I initially had, my foot wouldn't allow itself to heal. So the infection came back. And if anybody had seen me, you'd saw me riding around on the scooter or walking in a boot. And that's because I had an open wound with a bone infection in my foot. It was fairly painful and really uncomfortable. And, excuse me, so for the last year, about 14 months, I've been on antibiotics. And I've had a couple of bad reactions to some of the major antibiotics that are out there. So we kind of came down to what the inevitable was. And they weren't going to be able to heal my foot. If they did heal it, I was just one wrinkled sock away from going through this all over again. And so I got together with my doctor. I got together with some family and friends that I trust and respect, and kind of came to the decision that amputation was going to be the best thing for me. So last Thursday, I went in and they amputated my foot about calf high. Or mid-calf high, and sat around for a couple of days. The pain wasn't as bad as you would think it is. And I got released today. So I have a little bit of pain.
Turn that down.
Sorry.
Haven't really been dealing with it. So, but the thing that I want people to know is I'm in a good frame of mind. I'm looking at this as a positive because I can get my life back and not have to walk around with a boot or not have to walk around on the scooter. There's a lot of things that I wasn't able to do. And just kind of get my life back. So while this is a really sucky thing to have happen, and I'm not happy that I had to have it done, and I'm in a good frame of mind, and I'm looking forward to the getting better. And probably in 6 to 8 weeks, they'll start fitting me for a prosthetic foot, and I will be back as good as ever, probably better than ever.
That's right. And 6 to 8 weeks, you should be able to start Halloween costume shopping. I'm guessing you're going to go
Right.
pirate.
Absolutely. So I actually
You gotta do it.
I interviewed a couple of places that do prosthetics, and the first guy, I asked both of them the same question. So what about Halloween? And they both knew where I was going. The first guy said, yeah, we can do it. We can disconnect your foot and put a dowel in there, and you can make it look really good. The second guy was, I could completely trick it out, make it the coolest peg that you would ever want. And, he was excited about it. So he's the one I actually am going to go with.
Right on. And then I'm gonna get in contact with my tattoo artist. We're gonna look into maybe the idea of getting his prosthesis, shark. We're thinking shark bite, right? Something to do with shark or dinosaur bite, something that bit off the leg, which I think will be kind of cool. And like I said, go ahead.
So they have the ability to, they call it the capsule, which is what goes around the leg. They have the ability to basically build in artwork when they create that capsule for my leg. So I've actually talked to my sister's tattoo artist, said that she would do it. My sister's already given her some ideas. So I think we're going to go with her.
Cool.
But, and then I'm going to add in there.
The Sports Talk 916 crown, right?
No.
Damn it.
Well, I might.
We have decals. We can stick a decal on there.
Yeah. The leg lamp from A Christmas Story.
There you go.
Nice.
I like it.
Very nice. Awesome. Well, Greg, and like I said on Facebook, you do have another thing to look forward to. You don't ever have to worry about losing a sock again, right? I mean, you don't have a pair anymore. You can just, if you lose one in the dryer or if the dryer eats it, guess what? You're good to go.
Exactly. And I have prime parking for the rest of my life.
You're lighter, so that's probably not the route of like weight loss I would recommend people to go, but you're a little bit lighter,
right? And I got the prime parking, and I came up with a great tagline for my real estate business.
Yeah, what's that going to be?
It's going to be, Greg Varozza, I will help you get a foot in the door.
There you go. Let's hop you into your future home.
There you go.
That'll be awesome. So, Greg, man, I appreciate you updating everybody. Again, for those that are just joining on Facebook Live, Greg Varozza is going to be out. We're going to say probably 10 to 12 weeks. You may be able to get over here sooner.
Probably sooner. I'd say
6 to 8 weeks. His infection in his foot, if you've ever seen him with a boot on, resulted in a partial lower leg amputation on Thursday. He will be back better than ever. When he comes back, I've already told him that his spot is open whenever he's ready, so he will be here, and everything will go on. So, Greg, heal up, get better. Don't beat your mom if she starts annoying you because you can't chase her down. Oh, and one more thing. I heard the abandoned dog.
Oh, the abandoned dog. So probably a month ago, we had a dog that was left on our front porch. Had all the lookings of being pregnant. So we took it down to the vet, said it's not pregnant, it's a false pregnancy. So we decided to keep her, not send her to the SPCA or anything. And about a week ago, somebody was playing with her and said, I just got kicked from inside.
Whoa.
So we took it back down, and there were 3 pups.
Oh, wow.
And so about, I'd say about 5 o'clock, the first one popped out. About 6 o'clock, the second one popped out, and about 6:30, the third one. So we now have 3 pups. So if anybody wants a puppy in 8 weeks, let me know.
I will maybe have to keep one of them on tabs for me because we've been talking about little dogs. So let me know.
Okay.
But on top of that, Sarah just joined on Facebook. She says, "Get well, Greg."
Thanks, Sarah.
Barn Bomb says, "Hopefully you'll be back in studio by July 22nd or July 2nd." Apparently he's already calculated 8 weeks. He says, "Get well and hope you have a speedy recovery." As if you expect anything less from Barn Bomb, right?
Right.
He already had you penciled in to come off the DL. Oh, and since you're watching on, since you were watching on Facebook Live, and I'm sure you'll hop back on since you don't really have a lot going on, as way of getting out of the house. If you notice, I have my in honor of the leg injury. I am wearing my throwback Joe Theismann jersey tonight. I recovered it from my mom's closet. It was a gift that I gave to her a number of years ago, so I'm wearing it tonight in honor of you. So.
Nice.
We're channeling the legs tonight, so
there you go.
All right, Greg. Well, you get better, and we'll talk soon.
Get well, Greg.
All
right, guys.
TJ, take care.
You too.
Bye.
All right. So there's Greg. So I've known about that for about 3 weeks now. He's kind of kept me in the loop, and it's been a tough one to kind of get your head around. It's going to be a tough one for him to bounce back, but I mean, he's in great spirits. He'll be back better than ever.
Absolutely.
We covered that. We covered Mixler. Let's go ahead and let's jump right into it. So let's just do a couple quick hitters. SRFC, Sacramento Republic FC, last night fell to the Portland Timber 2-0. It's their first loss in a long time at home since the middle of 2016.
Yeah.
The Sacramento Sirens last night at Kennedy High School won their game 48-6 over the North County Stars.
What a game.
That was a great game to call. A lot of fun, a lot of touchdowns to call, good atmosphere. A lot of people have been coming to the Sirens games.
They have been, yeah.
Last year was a ghost town. This year they're packing. I won't say they're packing, but if they combined everyone into, the sections that they're in, they could probably fill 2 or 3 good sections out there at Kennedy High School.
Absolutely.
Which is remarkable for the Sirens. Teams hitting on all cylinders, looks really fun. It's a lot of fun to watch. So if you're, if the Republic don't have a game and the the River Cats don't have a game and you want to just come out and watch some live sports, it's $10 for adults, $8 for seniors or students, and kids under 12 are free. You can always come out and watch a Sirens game. They have one final home game left this year, which I believe is in May. I'll keep everyone updated, but it's their final home game barring a playoff victory or a playoff berth. They're 3-1 right now going into the next week's game, so it should be good to go. And we'll get to the River Cats here in just a little bit. So next on the agenda, NFL Draft. The NFL Draft is Thursday. No, let's take that back. Rewind. Rewind it a little bit. Last time we talked, there was a lot of talk about the Oakland Raiders relocating. There was a lot of speculation that it wasn't going to happen. And then the bomb got dropped, and it did. NFL voted unanimous. No, 29-1 or 30-1.
It was 31-1.
31-1. Miami was the one,
yeah.
Which still to this day blows my mind that Miami was against it. But the reasoning behind it was a great one. He says, fans deserve to keep their team. Teams are built based on the city that they thrive in, and Oakland deserves to keep their team. He was the only one that felt that way, and the rest is history. The Raiders are playing in Oakland for 2, maybe 3 more years, which I think is a huge slap in the face to Raider fans.
Indeed.
I think they should have to be moved to Vegas next year, play at Nevada, play at a high school stadium. I don't care where it is, but you don't punish Raider fans in a sense that this team is going to be good. It's going to hurt. And I mean, a lot of them may see that as closure, but if the Raiders win a Super Bowl, their parade, and I've said it before, their parade better go from Oakland all the way to Vegas.
Indeed.
And not stop until they get there, because it's going to be hard to bounce back knowing that you're about to lose a Super Bowl quality team. And that's what they are right now. They're a Super Bowl quality football team.
Absolutely. I saw a tweet about this a few weeks back that said the Raiders moving to Vegas is like somebody saying they're breaking up with you, but they're going to be continue living in the house for the next couple of years until their new one's
you
ready.
signed a long-term lease with your girlfriend. She cheated on you, And she's still going to live with you for 2 or 3 more years while things get finalized with the new guy. Barn Bomb, we'll get to your damn A's, okay? Yes, they took the tops off. They added a new patio. They renamed it Ricky Henderson Field. They put out a new sandwich today called the Caval Burger or Sandwich, whatever. Apparently it's amazing. We'll get to it. Calm down. Jamal just joined. What's up, Jamal? So that happened, since then. The Raiders, obviously, it's going to be tough. I feel bad for Raider fans.
Me too.
Honestly, there's not a better fan base in NFL. I don't care who you are, what you say. The Raiders, sure, the Cowboys travel well, but the Raiders fans are top notch. If the Super Bowl party is going from Oakland to Vegas, and Southwest better be prepared. They're not going to fly a parade in Barbum. A parade is on the ground. They're going to drive that shit all the way all the way down there.
Interstate 5 to 15.
Right, exactly. So there's that. NFL draft is Thursday. The Cleveland Browns have the number 1 overall pick, and by all accounts, there has been no definite answer as to what way they're going. Normally, by this time, you know where they're going, and all the focus is on pick 2. The difference this year is it's the Cleveland Browns, and they're likely going to Cleveland Brown themselves.
Maybe.
When we talk football, I need to have from like Family Guy, like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. No. Yeah, so, man, if they take Trubinsky, which is the rumor right now, and Myles Garrett falls to the 49ers at 2, does every team behind them just throw their clipboard out the window and go, we don't know what to do now? Like, how do you prepare for something that, in a sense, catastrophic for the Browns if they decide to go with a quarterback?
Here's my thing. Why don't they just take him at number 12?
Well, and that's the deal. That's what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah.
And, I mentioned it before the show said it, and I said we're going to start. We'll talk about it right now.
Yeah.
There has been a exuberant amount of stories right now that says the 49ers are through the roof on Deshaun Watson.
Really?
And there's stories that John Lynch is absolutely enamored by Trubinsky. So what I'm trying to figure out as a 49er fan is, one, why the hell would you want either of them at 2?
Yeah, no.
Unless there's 2 things. One, it's pressuring the Browns to say, if you want one of those guys at 12, you better take him at 1 because he's going to be gone. Or one of those teams below that need a quarterback that says, okay, you know what, we need to trade up then because they're willing to take him. We want to move up into that spot. I'm starting to think it's more of a smokescreen. The Niners are trying to put as much heat out there on the Browns as possible to say, screw this up. Yeah. Screw up and take Trubinsky because he's not a number 1 overall quarterback.
No, he's not. He did not have a lot of experience starting in North Carolina.
But
not at all.
If there is a quarterback, if there is a team in the NFL that can take a quarterback and completely drop a bomb on the draft, it's the Cleveland Browns.
I'd say so, yeah.
So let me ask you this. Top 2 picks on your board. You have your preview on tjsportsgeek.com coming out Tuesday.
Yes.
How do you have it shaking up?
So far, I've got Myles Garrett going number 1 to the Browns. And as of right now, it's not definite, but I do have... I'm torn between Solomon Thomas of Stanford going to San Francisco and also even the possibility of Leonard Fournette going to San Francisco.
I don't like the idea of Fournette.
I've heard that they're not so crazy about keeping Carlos Hyde.
They're not.
But
then there's another report that came out and said they're going to get Hyde help. Honestly, I would rather, in my mind, I would rather take McCaffrey out of Stanford as a running back if you have to take one over Fournette. But I really do think, though, that the Browns are going to flub this, and they're going to take a quarterback.
It's possible. It's very possible, but like I said before, they could take Trubisky at 12 if he's there.
Barnbaum says, who's the quarterback that took Clemson to the FBS championship? He should be a top draft pick in my estimation. It's Deshaun Watson, but he's not a top-tier quarterback.
Not a top 10 pick. I do have him going mid-first round as of right now. That could change. I'm still putting my draft preview together as we speak. So
yeah, well, not as we speak. As we speak, you're talking to us. But
yeah,
I don't know, everything I've read or everything in my mind says don't take conventional wisdom and throw it out the window take it and throw it out the window because it is the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
You can't expect anything less than absolute hysteria when it comes to the Browns screwing this up.
Yeah.
Roger Goodell's going to walk up and go,
You sure?
is this right? I don't think this is right. And he's going to be like, he's going to be looking for, they should have Steve Harvey announce the number 1 draft pick.
Or Faye Dunaway and Warren Beatty.
He comes out, he's like, hold on, Browns are back on the clock. I think you guys screwed up. Walks off to all of his booze he's going to get, and then confirm it. Or even better, he's sitting there, right? He gets the card, and he's like, he opens up the envelope. Hold on, let me turn this guy off. He's like, hey, GM of the Browns, what are you doing? And he just puts him on speakerphone. He's like, I'm not announcing this. You announce it because I'm not going to take the blame for this one. I just don't know that it's gonna go well for Cleveland, and they're gonna be mad. And I understand where they're coming from. They need a quarterback.
They do.
But why not get one of the 3? Why not get Trubinsky, Kaiser, or Watson at 12? All 3 of them, to me, are about the same.
Or Patrick Mahomes out of Texas Tech. He's been climbing up draft boards too.
So you have 4 mid-first round picks or late first round, early second round guys if you really need a quarterback that are going to be available at 12.
And this is not a good quarterback class this year. Not at all. And next year is going to be a lot better with Jake Browning coming out.
Oh, God, I hope the Niners suck something sideways to get Jake Browning. I really, really do out of Folsom. Roger Goodell's going to get booed. Yeah, we all know that, Barn Bomb. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be one of those things where you're just like, what the hell? I'm trying to think how busy the draft normally is, like in restaurants on a Thursday night.
Right?
Because I'm like, it might be cool to go sit at like Buffalo with a live feed and be like, look how stupid the Browns are.
Right?
I don't know. Thursday night's I work. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But craziness, man. I just don't know where the Browns are going to go. It's going to be interesting, but
very interesting.
Tuesday, your full preview comes out.
It sure does. First round coverage.
How often are you going to update that until Thursday night?
I might update it a little bit, actually. It depends on if anybody trades up to get another. It depends on if the draft order changed, which so far it hasn't changed very much, other than New Orleans trading into the 32nd spot to get for Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be a fun one. I think this is going to have a lot of opportunity to be a head scratcher for sure.
Yeah.
If you're on Facebook Live, you can see it right now. There's a big O on this man's chest. It's an oil drop. It says Oilers.
Yep.
He is the one and only West Coast Oiler fan. I'm convinced of it.
I've actually seen a few. I saw a guy at Disneyland back in February who had a McDavid shirt on.
Nice. So the Sharks did what Sharks do. They dominate during the regular season, or they play well during the regular season, and then they completely crap the bed in the playoffs. 6 games, right?
It was a 6-game
4-2
series, yeah.
Edmonton took the series. They go on Wednesday now to play in Anaheim for game 1.
In Anaheim for game 1, yeah. Wednesday night at 7:30.
Let me ask you this. What was a bigger surprise? The Sharks' first-round exit, and obviously put your Edmonton liking aside.
Yeah.
The Sharks, another floundering in the first round, or Nashville sweeping Chicago?
Oh, Nashville sweeping Chicago. No question.
Does Nashville have enough momentum right now to ride their wave through to the Stanley Cup Finals?
To ride it through? Possibly. It depends on who they play if they advance. If they play Anaheim, yeah. If they play...
Who do they have next?
They have St. Louis next.
The Blues are a lot like the Sharks.
Yeah.
They play really good, and then it's a flip of the coin what team's going to show up in the playoffs.
Yeah. St. Louis, though, made it to the Western Conference Finals last year.
Yeah, but so did the Sharks.
Yeah, but
and the Sharks beat them last year.
Yeah. The Blues, though, have a little bit of a different roster than last year. They have a different goaltender than they did a year before, and But Nashville's...
Varozza says, boo. I'm thinking he's booing you, Mr. Oiler fan.
Well, probably, and rightfully so.
So let me ask this. Obviously, you're going to take the West is going to be the Oilers as your pick.
So far, yeah.
Where do you think the East, or who represents the East?
Right now, it's Pittsburgh. I can't pick against Sidney Crosby. He's just too good. And as good as the Capitals are, they always find a way, just like the Sharks, to mess things up.
Do the Capitals still have Ovechkin?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Ovi's still there. Yeah.
Let me see here. Where in Canada is Edmonton?
Alberta. In the West.
It is in the okay.
It's in the Western.
I thought this was like a Detroit thing where the Detroit Red Wings were in the Western Conference forever. Okay, never mind. It's Canada. Yeah. No one cares.
Yeah, they're the northernmost North American sports team, actually.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Up in northern Alberta there.
Anyway, so if you've never watched hockey, if you're not a hockey fan, and I'm not, I don't claim to be a hockey fan. I want to be a Sharks fan. I have so many friends that are Sharks fans. It's just they've been too good for too long for me to be like, oh, I'm a Sharks fan. I just can't do it. What up, Nick Bryant? We're about to talk Kings here in a second, bud.
Yeah. I will say this about the Sharks. This could be it for Thornton and Marlowe together, even on that team. Those guys are both 38. This team needs to get younger, as we saw in the playoffs. They looked like they were out of gas towards the end. And it might be time to move on to get younger for San Jose.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's talk NBA playoffs.
Let's do it.
Let's start in the East. Cleveland swept Indiana. That was almost a no-brainer.
Yeah, that was a shocker.
Milwaukee, Toronto right now is a head scratcher. Like, where did Milwaukee come from? Milwaukee's playing out of their mind right now. That series is actually tied 2-2.
Yeah. Is Jason Kidd still coaching there?
He is.
He is. Wow.
Who do you think takes that series?
I like Milwaukee. They have a lot of great talent on that team with Giannis and...
Nick, we're going to talk Kings here in just a second, right when we finish the playoff talk.
Giannis and who else is there?
They have Middleton's hurt.
Middleton is hurt, yeah.
Parker's hurt.
Yeah.
I don't. They're
Greek freak though.
That's all you need is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
So I think Milwaukee's going to squeak that out simply for the fact that selfishly I want to see the Freak versus LeBron for 6 games.
That would be awesome. Oh my! I think
that's going to be amazing. I think that if any team can beat Cleveland, there's 2 right now. It's Boston and Milwaukee.
Yeah. Plus, I like Milwaukee's uniforms. Those are pretty tight.
I like their court. Their court is the dopest court in the league.
That's
Good job, Vivek, not going with the 2-tone court. You slap dick. Washington, Atlanta. Washington's playing really good ball right now.
Yeah.
John Wall and Bradley Beal are lighting it up. I think Washington's is going to finish the series off. They're up 2-1 right now.
Oh, me too.
Boston, Chicago's tied 2-2. There's a lot of controversy around this. People think that the refs are easily one-siding it to Boston to make sure they stay in the series. I just think Chicago played out of their mind and way above their level in the first couple games, and they're starting to come back down to earth. I think Boston takes that.
Yeah.
In the West, no one's advanced yet. Golden State's up 3-0 on Portland. That's pretty much a done deal.
And Steve Kerr's not coaching.
He's not coaching. He's sick.
Oh, yeah.
But they have their biggest fan back.
Their biggest fan?
Patrick Kilkenny is again rooting for the Warriors. And we'll just leave it at that. LA Clippers versus the Utah Jazz. That series is 2-1 Clippers. That game's on right now. Game 4 is on right now. Houston is up 3-1 on OKC.
Yeah.
Today, Russell Westbrook records a triple-double in the first half, and they lose.
Yeah, that was bad.
That poor guy. Yeah. Man, talk about needing to get him some help.
Big time.
Feel bad for him.
Oh, me too.
I think Houston ends up closing that series out.
Me too.
And then Memphis, San Antonio, I think right now is the best series in all of basketball.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Memphis
they're tied 2-2.
Memphis really made that a series.
Yeah, they really did. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. Obviously, our team isn't in it.
No.
And they won't be probably for a number of years.
No.
I'm thinking at least 2 more years.
2 more years,
But let's go ahead and talk about them. So the Sacramento Kings had an up and down year. We'll call it that. New head coach. New head coach and Dave Yeager. essentially a new front off. Vivek finally took the reins off of Vlade, let him make some decisions. They finished the year with
32 wins.
32 wins, which surpasses the DeMarcus Cousins era of 32.
No, they were 33 and 49 last year.
Oh, that's right, they were. I'm sorry, I take that back.
It's okay.
Chris Lopez. That was pretty funny. They made the big trade. They got rid of DeMarcus Cousins for Buddy Hield, Langston Galloway, and Tyreek Evans. Amar Caspi left in the deal as well. And the culture changed. The team changed. The team got fun.
They did.
They got energetic. They got young. The elephant was finally out of the room. So there's a lot more hope in the Kings front office right now, and in the fan aspect of things as well. So what I want to do is I want to go through, and I got this from my buddy Keith Jogonatis. He did this with Danny Beckham last week, and I want to go through and get your opinion and mine on Kings awards for this year.
Okay.
So we'll start with. Let's start with most likely to be shown the door.
For me, it's a tie between Aaron Aflalo and Ben McLemore.
I took Ben McLemore, but I can see this. I can see where you're coming from. Aflalo basically said he wanted out from day one.
Yeah,
which doesn't make any sense to me. You sign a contract to at least play. But McLemore, I just don't see him. Ben McLemore is going to play in China with Jimmer Fredette next year.
You think so?
That's my thought.
Really?
I think he has to go somewhere and revitalize his abilities. I think the NBA is too fast for him. The players in the NBA are too strong for him. And his confidence just isn't there. He needs to go somewhere like Jimmer did. And maybe Europe. I don't know where he's going to end up.
Yeah.
But I just don't see McLemore being an NBA talent without going and refining what he had at Kansas.
Yeah, I agree with that. I have a feeling some team like Minnesota is going to take him, or Brooklyn.
I can see a shitty team taking him.
Yeah.
It's going to be like Demise.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, though. I think Ben McLemore's out the door. I can see Aflalo leaving, but I don't think he's most likely.
He was so disappointing last
He really
year,
was.
this past year.
Speaking of disappointing, no, I'm just kidding. We're not doing it. That's not the right segue. Most likely to be shown the door is gone. How about the player that you want back the most next season?
The player I want back the most? Oh, man. How long do we have Garrett Temple for?
Curtis Williams, Oiler jersey. No. Yeah, Curtis, he's like the one Oiler fan. Temple is under contract for one more year, but there's a Kings option. Also, there is also...
What about Tolliver?
Isaac says, what the hell, fresh Oilers jersey? No. I will go to bat for TJ. He is a legit Oilers fan.
Since 1986.
Yeah, I don't understand why. I tried talking to him last night about this at the Sirens game. It's a family link that he has. It's legit. It's not a fresh... I mean, it looks crispy new, but it is not a. Oh my god, I want to be an Oiler fan.
Oh yeah, it's a new jersey, but I've been a fan for a very long time. I suffered through a lot the last 11 years.
Yeah, he absolutely did. So there's that there. Joe, if you are still watching, bud, jump on the main page so we can see your comments. So I don't have like 14 tabs open. So who do you want back? Who do you want to see still in a Kings uniform next season the most?
I'd like to see Anthony Tolliver back. Absolutely, I thought he played very well in the time that he was with us. He's worth giving another year to.
I agree. Anthony Tolliver. There's been a lot of rumors that the Kings don't want to pay him the $6.5 million that they have on option next year, which to me is a steal.
Absolutely,
you want to change the culture. You bring in a guy like Anthony Tolliver back into the fold.
100%.
My player that I want to see back though next season is Darren Collison.
Yeah,
he's going to be a free agent. He said he likes playing here. When he's healthy and when he's on, he makes the team around him better. Same with Ty Lawson. They can almost go hand in hand. I would like to see that 1-2 punch stay.
Yeah,
and help develop those guys at the end of the bench.
I would like to see at least one of those guys stay so that in case the Kings do draft a point guard, which I think they will, that that point guard kind of has a chance to learn.
Has a chance to learn for sure
behind somebody.
Let's see here. Who is your team MVP?
Oh, Garrett Temple.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Temple is mine as well.
He was my favorite signing of the offseason. I liked him a lot. My grandmother was a huge fan of him, too.
He's just a great guy. He's a great player for the fans. He's a hard worker. He played really well.
100%.
Who is your most underrated player of the Sacramento Kings last season?
Again, I'll have to go back to Anthony Tolliver.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Anthony Tolliver for me as well. Who is your most improved player?
I feel like Darren Collison fit that mold.
Really?
I did, yeah. Just because he... During the times that he was on the court, he showed a lot of flash and was really the best of a bad situation as far as point guards went. I thought.
I have Willie Cauley-Stein. I think Willie improved the most from his rookie year to this year, and then once DeMarcus was gone and the ball, that vacuum was gone, you really saw the potential that they saw with Willie taking him early in the draft last year.
He was actually my biggest mid-season improvement.
Okay, so there we'll jump to that mid-season improvement. You have Willie Cauley-Stein?
Willie Cauley-Stein, absolutely.
Mine was Buddy Hield.
Okay.
He was a shell of his Oklahoma self in New Orleans. He was averaging like 4 points a game.
Yeah.
He looked terrible. Comes to Sacramento. Again, freedom. He was able to branch out and play loose and have fun. And he went from, bottom of the barrel rookie to... there was talks about him even being in the Rookie of the Year talk at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then who was your biggest surprise of the season?
I got a tie between Buddy Hield and Scala Bissiere.
Yeah, I definitely went with Scal. Scal, everyone ripped Vlade for the draft.
Oh, yeah.
What's the point of taking another big guy? You were one of them. I think I was the same. But if you listen to Coach Calipari said if... coming off that knee injury, if Scal would have stayed in one more year, you wouldn't be talking about Lonzo Ball in this draft. You'd be talking about Scala Bissiere as the number 1 overall pick.
Oh, absolutely.
And I can see it. I think the Kings have a very bright future in Scal. There's 2 things he needs to do. 1, get some high tops to cover those socks. Unless you're going to go full on high sock, fix that. And 2, get some longer shorts. You are not John Stockton. Other than that, I absolutely love every facet of Scala Bissiere's game. I think he's going to have a very bright future. I think he will be, and I'm going to say it right now, on April 23rd, Scala Bissiere of the current roster, because who knows who they may draft, who they may, sign in free agency. Of the current Sacramento Kings roster, Scala Bissiere will be the first All-Star amongst them in the NBA.
Very good. I have him as... I think he's going to be their starting center next season.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Barnbaum mentioned the Bighorns did change their color affiliation. They are now purple.
I actually like it.
I like it a lot. And if you look closely, it's a little subtle thing that some people missed. The eye in the bighorn is the King's crown, which I think is really cool how they tied all that in together.
Yeah.
So big props to Herb Santos and the folks up there in Reno for making that link happen.
A lot of NBA teams who own D-League teams are starting to do that now.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense too.
Yeah.
Then you can dual brand merchandise. You can do a whole bunch of different things together.
Yeah.
So that's the Kings. Let's get to something a little bit less upbeat. I have a question for you, TJ.
Yes, sir.
We're going to talk about a team that we both love, true and dear to our heart. Is it too soon for this? Just going to let it roll for a second. Let it sink in. This is a lot slower than I thought it was going to be. It's walking down that WrestleMania ramp. There we go. Is it too early to rule out the San Francisco Giants from participation of the 2017 season?
I'd say yes. We're not even 20 games through yet.
You're right. We're not 20 games through yet. But the San Francisco Giants have the worst starting rotation in all of baseball.
Yes, they do.
With a 5.02 ERA after today's Samardzija 7 runs he gave up. You have... Is there a draft party? There's a draft party that... sorry, this is back to the NBA. Keith Joganadis is hosting a draft party with Danny Beckham at Danny Beckham's house.
Yeah.
Through Sack Throne and his podcast that he does. So definitely check out Keith. I'm going to go ahead and tag him here so you can get linked up. Keith... Peeps are asking about draft party details. So there's that. 5.5 ERA.
Yeah, that's bad.
Let's just go down the starting line. Let's just go down the starters right now. You have actually, you know what? Hold on. Let's revert because I told Barnbaum that we would give some love to the A's. They're playing good. They had a 5-game winning streak as of yesterday. They lost today. They are second place in the AL West.
Mm-hmm.
They are. There's new life in Oakland.
There is.
Caval being in the front office. They announced yesterday that by the end of the year they will have an Oakland-based stadium announcement, which I think is great considering the Raiders and the Warriors are both skipping town.
Yeah.
They just renamed the field Rickey Henderson Field.
Yeah.
They took the tarps off of the upper deck. I believe it's like $10 tickets for the whole season up in the upper bowl, with half of the proceeds are going to a charity in Oakland.
Okay.
They're doing big things down in Oakland. And I think it's good because with all the heartbreak that's been going on with the Raiders, it is time for the Raiders or for the city of Oakland to have some life pumped into them.
Yeah. Here's my question though: if they have a site already, why not just announce it now?
I think they're just working on all the semantics of it to making sure that everything is taken care of.
Okay.
But they're going to do something that I think is a very, very smart move. From everything that I've read, they are going to be at the end of a pier, just like the Giants are, and they're going to have a waterfront baseball stadium.
Oh, so it might be doing Howard Terminal then?
Yeah, I think it'll be at Howard Terminal.
Yeah, I do too.
It just makes the most sense. It's the most iconic. Really, the Giants set the trend on that. It's really the most iconic way you can go with the baseball stadium.
Yeah, because the Pittsburgh Pirates did it, and then Cincinnati Reds did it after the Giants did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So there you go, Mike. There's your A's love. Let's get back to this, though. San Francisco Giants.
Yeah.
Worst ERA in baseball. 5.02 ERA among starters.
Yeah.
Madison Bumgarner's on the DL with a dirt bike injury.
Nice going.
Bochy came out yesterday and said that he will not require surgery.
Well,
it's a rib and an AC joint on his throwing arm. And it's funny. I've been watching. So NBC Sports has their new live stream of every Giants game on the app for free, as long as you have a cable provider login. And every single commercial break, they seem to play that F-150 commercial.
Oh man,
what does Madison Bumgarner do on his day off? We're sure it involves a F-150, and I'm like,
I saw on my Yahoo app this afternoon as I was driving around. There was an alert on my phone. It said, fans are upset about them Ford playing that commercial.
Yeah, and it's like, no, he rides a dirt bike apparently. He doesn't do anything with the damn F-150. Bumgarner's 0-3 with a 3 ERA. He does have 28 strikeouts, only 4 walks, but batters are only hitting .236 against him. And by all accounts, and one of those games was a complete game.
Yeah.
The Giants just aren't scoring runs.
No.
They are anemic when Bumgarner's up. It's almost like they expect him to be the one hitting home runs. He had 2 in the opening night, and they're expecting him to produce something, and that's just not realistic. These guys have to learn how to hit. So I give Bumgarner a pass.
Me too.
Johnny Cueto, 3-1.
Yep.
Good.
Very good.
5.25 ERA.
Yeesh.
Bad.
Yeah.
Yesterday in the game in Colorado, he gave up his first career grand slam.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Trevor Story hit a grand slam off him. First time in his career.
Oh, that was Friday night.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
First time in his career he had given up a grand slam. 19 strikeouts, 8 walks. Opponents are hitting .269 against him. You got to give Johnny Cueto a pass.
Yeah.
Matty Moore. 1-3.
Yeah.
5.87 ERA.
Yeesh.
17 strikeouts, 6 walks. Batters are hitting .303 against him.
That's bad.
So that's bad.
That's really bad.
Smart.
And I like Matty Moore too.
I need to look this up because this number is going to dramatically change. we'll just skip over this one. Matt Cain, he's 1-0, 3.31 ERA, 12 strikeouts, 8 walks, which is way too many, and a 2.38 average. Honestly, the most surprising starting pitcher right now is Matt Cain.
Absolutely. I'm actually okay with his production right now.
As am I.
Yeah.
Here's the one that I'm not okay with.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
So when I wrote this down this morning before the Giants game started, Samardzija was 0-3, 6.16 ERA, 24 strikeouts, 6 walks, batters hitting .280.
That's,
He's now 0-4, 7.40 ERA. I'll write that down.
Yeah.
He's given up 20 earned runs. Every run he's given up this year is earned. He has 30 strikeouts to 9 walks, so he added 6 more strikeouts and 3 more walks today. Batters hitting .292. So it went from a .238 average to .292 in one game.
That's bad.
So you can't give him. So you got to give Matty Cain a pass. The other two you don't. In the bullpen, Ty Blocks 0-0 with a 4.76 ERA and 5 innings pitched.
Ouch.
It's not good.
No.
But batters are only hitting 167 against him.
Well, that's not bad.
Derek Law 1-0, 3.68 ERA, 7.1 innings pitched. Batters are hitting 310.
I think that's going to go down, though.
Yeah.
I really do.
This one hurts the most. Mark Melancon, the big money closer.
Big money guy.
0-1. 1 blown save. He has 3 saves on the year. 3.86 ERA in only 4.2 innings pitched. Batters are hitting 381 off of Melancon.
Yikes.
And then the one real big bright spot in the bullpen, 6 innings pitched. Batters are hitting 100 off of him. He has a 0 ERA, Hunter Strickland.
That's actually surprising to me.
Yeah, and that one blows my mind. I'm like, damn, really? So that's bad.
That's pretty bad.
But then it gets worse. So the Giants pitchers are ranked 29th in the league. Combined pitching, 6-12 record, a 4.48 ERA. And that's obviously worse now after Samardzija jumped up like 36 points today.
Yeah.
They're 3-6 in save opportunities, and then as of this morning, batters were hitting 263 off of them, which that's not too bad in a big comparison.
Yeah.
But it's their defense. This season, they already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 errors, not including today. I don't know how many they had today, which is unheard of it for a Giants defense.
Oh, there were a few today. One of them coming from Gorky Hernandez.
Oh, yeah. They didn't give him an error on that. They ruled out a double, which was weird. The one that bounced in front of him and skipped off his glove. Yeah, that should have been an error. What up, Steve Spira? Yo. Here's where things get worse. The batting side of things. And I went with just the starters minus left field because there hasn't been any continuity out in left field.
No.
Denard Span, who has a hurt shoulder, he's going to be out a little while. He's batting 200 with no home runs and 2 RBIs.
Yikes.
Brandon Belt, 254, 4 home runs, 9 RBIs. Pence, 288, home run, 8 RBIs. Posey, who started out the season on the DL after opening day, is batting 333, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. That's only in 11 games. Crawford, 266, 2 home runs, 8 RBI. Panic is hitting 333 with a home run and 7 ribbies. And Nunez, 297, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. The left fielder, well, no, Belt played left field today, but Gorky Hernandez
sucks.
I heard the term today and I laughed my ass off. He's on a bingo card. And I was like, what? He's batting 088. He's on the bingo card. He's 088. And then he grounded out. So he's like 079.
Oh, man.
They're like, you got to get off the bingo card. You got to get on they called it on you got to get up to First Street or something. They're like, you got to get on, whatever. It's a crook and kite thing, but
yeah.
He's on a bingo card. He's batting like, I don't even, I can tell you, actually. I have it right here in front of me. Let's see.
I think I checked. It was like 088, wasn't it?
That was this morning.
Oh, this morning. Okay.
He went over today. Gorky Hernandez is batting. Nope, I take it back. He's batting 108 now.
Oh, wow.
Let's put this into retrospect for you.
Oh.
Gorky Hernandez is batting 108. Johnny Cueto's batting 091. That's less than a hit better.
Oh my God.
So bad.
Okay.
What do you... And then not only on top of all of that, but it seems like... I mean, I'll give him a pass because he missed a couple games with a heart issue. But Bochy doesn't seem to have that edge. He's not making those smart calls. I mean, he always keeps pitchers in too long. You have to expect that. Today he did with Samardzija. Mm-hmm. Samardzija gave up 4 runs in the matter of like a minute. Yeah. What do you think is wrong? Like, what do you do?
A number of things. And that's funny because Marty Laurie on KMBR this afternoon had on the post game show. He had a thing where, basically he said if you were Bobby Evans, he was having people call in. If you were Bobby Evans, what would you do to fix this?
Call Toronto every 5 minutes. I want anybody you can give me that could play the outfield in Toronto.
Yeah, absolutely. The first thing I would do if I was Bobby Evans, I would designate Gorky Hernandez for assignment. He is clearly not a major league player. He does not.
He has options. Just send him back down to Sacramento. You don't got to DFA him. Just option him back down.
Yeah, but at the same time, I want him to make a statement. I want him to make a statement.
Send him down to AAA, make him hit, make him play. I mean, he was good last year. He had no reason to be called up, but they have no one to play left field. Jarrett Parker breaking his clavicle was a huge blow to left field.
Oh, yeah.
Because Parker was starting to find a swing.
Yeah.
Mac Williamson's still hurt. Kelby Tomlinson's not hitting the ball for piss down in Sacramento right now.
Nope.
Man, I don't know.
From what I'm hearing, Drew Stubbs is about ready.
Good, because they need him to be ready.
At this point, I'd welcome 54-year-old Barry Bonds back.
He has never officially retired. Bring the boy in. Let's talk about the Sacramento Rivercats real quick here. While we're talking about hitting, we'll start with hitting. Quang, whatever the hell his name is, playing third base right now. He can play left field.
He could.
He's batting .286 with 6 RBIs.
Not bad.
Arroyo, lighting it up right now. As of this morning, .424 with 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. Today he walked it off. He went 4 for 6 today.
Oh, yeah.
In 11 innings. He had a 12-game hitting streak going into the 20th. He lost it on the 20th. He's back on another 2-game now. Mm-hmm. He's batting, like I said, .424. Dude is just killing it, which I don't like. I don't like it.
No?
I want him to start relatively slow, but at the same time, the flip side of that is let him stay as hot as he wants to be. Nunez needs to pick it up because I said in the beginning of the season, one of the keys to the Giants this year is going to be third base and the ability to keep Christian Arroyo in Sacramento for as long as possible.
Yeah.
You don't want to rush him up. I mean, he lit spring training up.
He did.
He's doing a great job in Sacramento, but he's your future third baseman. Right now he's playing Sacramento shortstop, but let that dude take the slow road to Sacramento or San Francisco, especially if they're going to be playing as bad as they are right now. Let him play and be an everyday guy where he's just building that confidence and building those fundamentals up.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you're right. Rushing him would be...
because right now he's batting 4 something, right?
424.
Well, that was this morning, before the 4 hits today. You bring him up, he's been playing nothing but infield. Where are you going to put him right now? Left field. And he says he can play any position you want him to play. That's the right answer to give. Mm-hmm. I'll play anywhere. But are you going to... Baseball is such a routine-based game, right? And it's such a mental game.
Yeah.
You bring a kid up who's been playing in the infield. He's seeing the ball differently coming off the bat. He's seeing everything formulate from that shortstop position right now. You move him to third base. That's not as big of a change. You might take a couple steps back. There's a little bit of alternatives here and there.
Yeah.
But he's still in his normal mindset. He's still exactly where he wants to be. You move him up to left field where he doesn't play. Now you're bringing a kid up who is lighting it up in Sacramento. He's playing out of his mind. He's probably going to win PCL Player of the Month. And then you go, okay, now go play somewhere you've never played at the major league level under every single microscope because you're pinned as the future star of the San Francisco Giants. Good luck.
Yeah, with a smaller ball, too, I might add.
The ball is smaller. That's right.
Yeah, in minor leagues, it's like a grapefruit, pretty much.
Yeah, but aside from all of that, it's like it's too soon. I don't want to see the kid called up yet.
Yeah.
So that worries me a little bit. Tomlinson's there. Mac Williamson should be back. Michael Morse started his rehab last night in Sac.
Fantastic.
So hopefully Morse will be back sooner than they need Arroyo.
I am dying to see him up here.
And they would bring him back up.
If he does come back up soon, where do you see him playing?
Left. Or, honestly, I could see them leaving Brandon Belt out and left and letting Morse play first. He's been playing first base for the Rivercats right now. He's not playing left field.
Yeah.
So I can literally see Belt being out there.
I think Morse is better in left field than Belt is, though.
Yeah,
Belt
but
looks so slow out there.
were you talking about today's game?
Oh, yeah.
Well, so I was listening to the postgame show with Sean Estes and them, and someone said that he looked out of place, and they said that wasn't the case at all. What the issue was, he hasn't played left field since 2011.
Has it been that long?
Maybe like a game or two in 2013, I think he played.
Yeah.
But basically what they said was he was holding up the wall. He was out there as deep as he could possibly play because he hasn't been out there. And it's easier for him with the speed he has, even as big as he has at 6'5", just to charge in on a ball than it is to read a ball and try to run back on it.
Yeah.
And they don't want him running into a wall like Parker did and getting hurt. So it's
Yeah.
easier for him to run in. That's why it looked like he was running slow, because he was running the whole length of the damn outfield in Colorado. It's a long run.
That is, yeah.
So with Morse having his hamstring and things like that, I would much rather Morse be. He's a very serviceable first baseman.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
He has a very good glove at first base, and you put Brandon Belt on left, and then you have two big bats. You don't have to sacrifice a bat.
Yeah.
So that's an option. Like I said, Williamson should be back. You mentioned, I just drew a blank. The old guy should be close. Stubbs?
Drew Stubbs, yeah.
Drew Stubbs. He could play out there.
He could.
There's a lot of options. I joked about it. I said, blow up Toronto.
Yeah.
Here would be amazing. So you get Joey Bats, right?
Oh, that'd be great.
Put Batista out in right field. Put Penson left. Let him just figure out left field. Or you put Batista out there.
I got an idea. Why not put Denard Span in left field?
Well, Span's hurt right now, but
when he comes back,
but can Pence play a center field?
Absolutely, he did in Houston.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
The other option is you trade Nunez.
Okay.
You throw a country pot of goodies at Toronto for Josh Donaldson. And you put him at third base.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
And then there's no rush for Arroyo to come up. He gets all the time he wants down in Sacramento. Mm-hmm. And you figure out another left fielder. You put Span. Hell, you go after Pagan. Pagan's available. He says he's going to retire because there's no interest. Put him back out in left field.
Yeah.
He's going to be cheap.
It's better than Gorkys Hernandez.
I'm better than Gorkys Hernandez at this damn point. We're going to reset Mixler. You guys on Mixler, stay tuned. So there's a lot going on that, we have to consider. I joked about the Undertaker music. Obviously, it's too early. We're not even a month into the season yet.
Yeah.
But man, it's tough.
It's tough to watch too.
It is tough.
It
to
really
watch.
is tough to watch.
Luckily, I watch it while I'm working, so I kind of get distracted, and it helps.
Yeah.
But man, it is brutal.
Yeah, luckily I've had NHL playoffs to guide me through.
I'm saying I need to be a damn hockey fan, dude. The Giant, and then not only all of that, but on top of how bad they're playing, they just got shellacked by a Denver team that's not good, or a Colorado team, I should say, it's not good.
Yeah.
Arizona made them look silly, and you come home tomorrow and you're the Dodgers for 3.
Yeah,
I mean, the Dodgers aren't playing great baseball. They're playing good, but they're not lights out right now.
No.
But if there's ever a team you don't want to come into struggling against, it's the Dodgers.
Oh, big time.
You know what I mean? Because then it's going to be, one, you're probably going to get your ass kicked all 3 games.
Yeah.
And then 2, you're going to have every Dodger fan on this planet throwing a freaking party because they're, the Dodgers, we're the best ever. We beat you guys in April.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool, good job. It's April.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I'm going to look at the schedule, see who the probables are, because I have a feeling it's going to be like Kershaw 3 days in a row or something crazy.
God, that'd be terrible. By the way, that Rocky sweep was the first time the Giants were swept in Coors Field since 2002.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
I mean, good Lord.
Yeah.
Tomorrow versus the well, I can tell you who the probable is going to be for the Giants. It was Samardzija today, so it'll be Matt Cain tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
And
See
then
how he does.
And then whoever is after him.
So there's a question. Do you let Ty Block get a start? They just brought Stratton up from Sacramento last night.
Yeah.
Stratton's not looking good. He's 0-0 with a 7.84 ERA with 1 walk and 7 Ks.
I give Ty Block the start.
Give Ty Block the start, or do you throw out a feeler and bring up Tyler Beede for a start and see how he does?
I'd be okay with that too.
Beaty's 1-0 with a 3.78 ERA, 7 walks and 10 Ks in Sacramento right now.
That's not too terrible.
No, but do you? Well, you know what? I take that back. If it was any team other than the Dodgers coming to town, I think you bring him up. But I think there's too much pressure on a young kid.
Yeah.
To bring him up and throw him to the wolves. Like, hey, good luck. It's like a super high tension game.
Yeah, like I said, though, I think Block's your best option at this point.
That's cool because I just picked up Ty Block on my fantasy team. So, and I have Beatty sitting on my bench just in case.
Yeah,
but man, I don't know. It's tough.
I've got a question for you.
Yep.
What do you change the batting order at all? I would put Joe Panic in at batting second.
I don't like Panic at the 8th spot.
No, I think you have to have him as your second place hitter. He seems to thrive at that position.
He does, and he's hitting the ball well. I mean, he's batting in the 300s. You know, he seems to have better confidence too when he's batting higher. Like his glove is great at all times, but he steals more bases when he's in the 2-hole. Mm-hmm. He seems to have more energy.
Yeah, I like him there. Put him at 2.
Or do you put him at 1? Because right now, Span's down. So who do you lead off? Who do they lead off today with?
Oh, was it Hernandez? I'm not sure.
No, I think Hernandez batted 11.
Was it today. Nunez?
I think it was Nunez.
I would have Nunez.
Yeah, Nunez, Panic,
Panic,
Pence, Posey, Belt at 5. That way you're protecting Posey. Make him pitch to Posey.
Yeah.
You put Crawford. You go back-to-back lefties to really screw up a starting rotation.
Okay.
And then you put in left field, whoever's out there.
Yeah.
And then center field at 8, and then your pitcher spot at 9.
Oh goodness! If I had Hernandez out there, I would bat him 9th.
Can you bat him 10th and just skip it? Like take it, like you play like rec softball. Someone gets hurt, you skip him, he's taken out. Can you
like that
just
idea.
have Hernandez just play the field? Like a DH? He's a designated fielder?
I wouldn't even have him do that. I would just have him be a designated runner at this point.
He is fast.
Yeah. The A's did that a few times in the 1980s.
Did they really?
They had a designated runner a few times. Like, that's all he did.
That's crazy. I didn't know you can actually do that.
Yeah. Charlie Finley.
So Barnbum, I missed this. He said, to TJ's point, Caval and city officials are working things out behind the scenes and are not making anything public at this time. They have promised that a formal announcement will be made by the end of the calendar year. Tavares, like you, thinks it will be at Howard Terminal site. I'm not guaranteeing anything right now. Yeah, Howard Terminal makes the most sense for the A's.
It does. Either that or tear down Oracle and build something there.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of land.
They do.
Hell, they don't have to tear down Oracle right away. They could just build right next door to O.co.
Pretty much.
Like they were going to do for the Raiders, and then just play when it's ready.
You still have your BART station there, too. So, I mean, still do that. But
did you see the report coming out of Atlanta that Mercedes-Benz Stadium or field or whatever may not be ready for the start of the Falcons season?
I didn't know.
They may have to play more games in the Georgia Dome.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Because I know Atlanta United FC is playing at Georgia Tech right now. That's their new MLS team in Atlanta.
Hoping Sacramento gets an MLS announcement.
They need
soon.
one, yes. If there's anybody who needs an MLS team, it's Sacramento. Let's just end that debate right there.
I'm trying to just look around stories around before we wrap up here. We don't care about Aaron Hernandez. That's turning into a circus every single minute of every single day.
And I just don't feel comfortable talking about a guy dying like that.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
It is.
Although, if he did it for the reasons reported about the contract status for the Patriots, then you got to give him credit for supporting his daughter the way that it looks like he may be doing.
Oh, absolutely.
Rajon Rondo fined $25,000 for trying to trip Jay Crowder.
I heard about that.
Red Sox Matt Barnes ejected for throwing at Machado's head.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
That was nasty looking.
Oh, yeah.
Some player got hit in the face with a 95-mile-per-hour fastball the other day.
Ooh.
That was pretty gross.
Oh, that was what's his name? Jacoby Jones.
Yes.
Not the football Jacoby Jones, but the baseball one.
Right. Yeah, that's about it, really. I mean, there's not a lot. There's a new Cuban kid, a 19-year-old kid that's going to be available on the free agent market soon. Bumgarner's an idiot.
Yeah.
First time on the DL, and it's a dirt bike accident. Like, how the hell does that happen?
Did we not learn anything from Jeff Kent?
Right? Steven Adams looks like he wants to go play on Survivor.
He does.
That's about it.
Joe Thornton has a skunk on his beard still. On his face.
Okay, you know what? Let me ask this. You're a hockey fan.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone watching right now is a hockey fan. Can the playoff beard die?
I love the playoff beard.
I'm over it.
I just don't like when it's that long, though.
Barnbum says MLS will announce its next cities of their expansion plans sometime between July.
Thanks, Mike.
Between July. Cool. Sometime in July, I'm guessing.
I hope Sacramento's on that list. What other cities are there? I've heard like St. Louis is one.
St. Louis, Miami's still waiting.
Yeah. I've heard Las Vegas might be in the mix, too.
I don't know.
Yeah. Crazy
It'll be
stuff.
tough. But anyways, buddy, I appreciate you coming in and filling in.
Oh, my pleasure.
We'll probably look at you being here next week as well if you're available.
I'm here.
We'll have more hockey to talk about. We'll hopefully have some more Giants news to talk about. Let's get out to a Rivercats game this week.
While
they're
see
on
what
this
I can do.
homestand.
Yeah.
See if we can get you out there. For everyone listening, again, Greg Varozza will be back. He has not been replaced. He is simply on the DL with an amputation of the left foot. He's in good spirits. He's happy. Not happy that it had to happen, but happy at the life that he has ahead of him once he heals.
Absolutely. But
But he will be back. We promise you that. But for now, it will be either a mixture of TJ or Keith Joganatis filling in. And we'll keep things going. We're going to get out to a Rivercats game hopefully soon. Mm-hmm. Just let me know. I have a pass for you.
Yeah.
And we'll bring you guys some more coverage. Again, there's a Sirens game coming up in a couple of weeks. Their final home game before the playoffs. We'll get you guys information on that. Mm-hmm. And as always, follow us on Facebook, Twitter. Both of those are at Sports Talk 916. You can follow TJ online at TJ the Sports Geek on Facebook or at tjthesportsgeek.com. You're up to like 40 billion posts or something like that on your website now.
almost 125,000.
125,000 posts.
No, not posts. Views. Yeah.
You just hit a milestone for posts too. Yes?
We're almost to 900 actually.
900 posts. That's
Tomorrow will
crazy.
be 892.
Interesting.
And also Twitter, tjthesportsgeek.com, and TJ at Disneyland on Instagram.
There you go. And if you're on Facebook and you're watching on Facebook, I want to thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
We eclipsed over 300 views tonight so far. Please go ahead and share our Facebook page. We're creeping up on 500 followers on Facebook.
That's awesome.
We're up over 1,000 on Twitter. Keep it coming. We really appreciate all the love and support. On behalf of Greg Varozza, on Thursday's NFL Draft, we hope the 49ers do not select.
A fucking putter.
That wasn't loud enough. Select.
A fucking putter.
Come on, Greg, get into it.
A fucking putter.
There it is. All right, so until next week, for TJ the Sports Geek, I am Greg Bull, and for Greg Varozza listening at home, we will talk to you guys later. This was episode 208.
Good night, Connor McDavid.